everywhere that I've talked today, the question will be what is INEC, what is security, but nobody asks what the subtract from the combined efforts of the different stakeholders who want to see a free, fair, credible, inclusive, always able to put the feet of the politicians and their candidates on the fire to behave in a way that reinforces our need for clean, free, fair elections. And that, for me, is what is playing in Edo. Every other thing has been a peaceful process. I heard you talking about security. In most of 95% presence of security agents in polling stations. That's a huge improvement from what it used to be in the fact. We also have the presence of party agents between 98 and 95% shared among the dominant political parties, which is also helpful in oversighting the elections. That for me is what it is. Kudos to the people of Edo by disappointing those who had thought that it will be war. The other infractions that we have seen are things that in future we can begin to think through how we want to deal with them.
All right, if you say kudos to the people of Edo, would you say that you're, celebrating them for making vote buying thrive again today? Because we've seen reports and heard reports about vote buying.
That was not where that there will be violence. Pre-election, all pre-election issues were dominated by the cult groups and what they could mean and how they could impact the electoral process. There were issues of thuggery and all of those things. And then that on Friday, Thursday, there were fake news about thugs invading during that post open on. But they are the ones that has to make that happen.
All right, all right.
Talk so much about it.
Okay, Ezemowagu, thank you for what you've told us so far. But I want to find out, were there issues about voter intimidation and suppression in certain parts of Edo State? I'm asking because if you look at the statistics and the number of people registered and those who have their PVCs in Edo State, Edo South can be termed as the electoral world bank of that state because they have a 54% voting strength. So
8% of polling units and the rest of them. So Beavers has not been the issue. The bigger challenge has been real-time upload of results into the results viewing portal. And what happened was that the statistics, because election is a process, many times people focus because the results are more partisan, draws to the partisan than the process. So oftentimes what is played up is whether results were uploaded, but the process itself, accreditation and voting had gone on in a very superlative manner, even in 2023. And in this election, what we had was that they can't do that is that the same reason that Cynthia alluded to, that people, which I have rented again today, that people collect PVCs not necessarily to vote. And there are legion of reasons why people may decide not to vote. The other issue about the percentage of people who have PVCs in certain areas has to do with mobilization. Too cumbersome that people will have to first of all go and check their name and then come back to go through beavers and captured and all of that. And I said it was because you guys were buying people's PVCs. That was why this initiative came on board. And the politicians are frustrated about it. And let me tell you something about buying PVCs and keeping them to cause voter suppression. The person who sells his PVC voted. You have only voted for the wrong thing by selling your PVC, because not voting itself is a vote. And that's the huge challenge. So right now, I keep telling people that there are INEC officials and who hawk non-existing solutions to politicians about what they can help them do. But the technology that's been put in place has made it difficult. Not impossible though, but has made it difficult for some of these malpractices, especially that has to do with authentication and voting, to come to the fore. And the support for that is that, as you know, these 2 million plus cards that we are shared in Edo State, you will eventually see that the beavers will make it difficult, even if they are giving them to wrong people to come and use. The beavers will frustrate all of that, and the numbers will. And we were excited about that. He was standing Ram
Road
clearly, and he said he came to vote, that he's happy to come and vote. And there are quite a lot of elderly people, but as you know, people mill around voting areas, not necessarily because, especially those ones we are talking about, the young people. Some of these things is a festival for many of them. They just get excited. They want to see whether there are the transactions that go around the voting precinct can reach them. They may not necessarily be out there to vote.
When you say transactions, what do you mean by that?
I mean what you know, that I don't say there is spiritual vote buying. that you know that it is going on, but you cannot see it. And he tagged this spiritual vote buying. So most of the people who are milling around those areas may just necessarily have come to share in the loot. But making a call on voter turnout will not be necessary until the votes are over, and then you are able to compare that with the number of registered voters in that polling unit, and then you can make a percentage in terms of that. But generally speaking, Edo has not been very exciting in terms of voter turnout, irrespective of the fact that in PVC collection, they show up, but voting has
spiritual, maybe deliberate attempt, to make voters stay at home, because I know that we have rainmakers.
The electoral process to be more inclusive, to think inclusiveness. But as to the leadership of INEC, I am very clear about the fact, but the challenge, like you said, is about the training, is about implementation of what they got in the training, and whether they themselves understand the need for priority voting for aged, for pregnant women. But it is in this Edo also that we saw people transferring children. Somebody will come, then that also makes ridicule of the whole Well, I think that for me, I would be a merit-based person. I would think that such divisive and antediluvian tendencies should not have a role. But at the end of the day, politics is to bring the best from your own area. But what we have found is that while the ethnicists are very strong and loud about power coming to their place, it was not translated in any material way for people who come from those areas. I know that the traditional
going forward in our electoral process?
The big challenge is the perennial issue of logistic challenges, and the way it is, we must have to contend with that. The reason we want elections to pose to an emergency, then discretion plays, and anywhere you find discretion, corruption is rife. So whether deliberate or not, you don't take materials on time. So that people can policemen, because even if we are not having an election, the policemen and women should be able to have transportation to be able to even curb crime. So we can't make exceptions for elections. We are on election day. You expect INEC to bring the vehicle that will take policemen, take the INEC officials, take everybody who is involved. That burden is going to be very huge on INEC staff. So for me, is the support system for it. We need to activate it. We need to strengthen it for INEC in a way that it can deliver on its mandate to conduct free, fair, credible, inclusive election voices that they could eventually term fake news. So if we get information, we can fact check it. And if it continues, then we can report whoever is sharing that fake news.
Thank you so much, Ezenwa Wagu. It's been very exciting speaking with you. As you continue to stay in Edo State, I'm sure you have a few days to stay until results are declared. Please do not engage in any spiritual activity, just so you can return back to...
I've had black soup.
You've had black soup? Oh, wow, great.
In a clay pot.
Great. So, but I was warning you about spiritual activities, so maybe you stay clear from that as you...
No, I'll go to church tomorrow. That's a spiritual activity.
All right, stay safe. Ezenwa, of course, we hope to have you again as results unfold in Edo State. Thank you so much.
Fake news, and which is inevitable, given that this activity takes place on the social media, and we know that social media are not regulated. They are not populated by professionals, people who are trained and who are circumscribed by a court. And interestingly, also from the 2023 elections, in fact, from the build up to that, a certain action, then you make it more challenging for them. And then also, even as some people are ready to use the social media for bad, let the preponderance of its users use it for good. For good. So that is how to go about it.
Of course. Talking about going about the issue of logistics challenge, Ezenwa has said that's one area that needs to be addressed. What do you think INEC can do about that?
Well, like I said, INEC cannot buy all the vehicles that it can deploy for elections. It's not possible. It does not have the budget. It cannot even have the budget. And even if it does, it will spawn another bureaucracy. You'll be running an election management body, and you'll be running a transport company. It has its own headaches. We will give us vehicles that are decrepit. When you deploy them, some of them will break down even before they take off. So we insisted that the vehicles given to us must be subjected to checks by members of the Federal Road Safety Commission. That way we're able to reduce the number of vehicles that break down. So INEC needs to go back to that template. The NURTW people and NATO, they don't like it. That they can go. Sometimes they'll take the ad hoc staff to the polling units and they can't come back. So, and you can't take somebody, and we need to be very practical about educating them. If somebody gives you 20,000, how far can 20,000 go? But if he builds a road on which you travel, the road will be there for, if it is well built, for 5-10 years. Or if he builds a hospital in your neighborhood, you will use that hospital to treat yourself. If he builds a school, your child or ward will attend the school. Us to see things in that light and to appreciate that this vote is their own power. Why do the politicians even go after it? It's because it is powerful. It will put them where they want to be. All right. So people need to appreciate this. So we need to educate.
I have my colleague, Good Luck in Naini, joining us from TV Road in Benin City. Good Luck, what's happening?
Thank you, studio. The one aspect of the exercise has just been concluded. We'll now be flying into Benin, and already arrangements have been put in place by INEC, and as soon as the results are coming in, it will be made known to the electorate and the people of Edo State. Meanwhile, between now and when you are bit by bit of the result, so that everyone out there will be in tune with what is happening in Edo State.
All right, I'm wondering why you used flying in. I hope they're flying in one piece.
That's the point. No, it's not spiritual.
Good luck.
Dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day. NTA TV channel 251, Go TV channel. And to watch NTA International in the USA.
We all get that party where they get your back anytime or day. E go carry a matter for head like say na your own. Now so Go TV tanda for your side as your party for correct enjoyment. We not a tear pocket. For this Go TV Super Plus Golden Window, you fit touchlight all the 380 Premier League games, correct local shows, and better film. We day for you. Make your sharply upgrade or recharge your Go TV on top Super Plus to enjoy every today. The Super Plus Golden Window don't come out money now. No do yourself, oh. Go TV. Love.
International, I am Minna Daniels. First, the headlines. INEC held peaceful conduct of Edo governorship election, insists on transparent process. The wide Catch Them Young project. The South Sudan's parliament approves 2 laws to promote accountability and justice for victims of abuses since start of armed conflicts in 2013. The conduct of the Edo State governorship election has been generally peaceful after sorting and counting of results collation is expected to begin in earnest. Anwale Okunta gives us a situation report in some units in Ward 9 in Ego local government area.
The voting process of the Ego local government area, Ward 9 is Okoro, and it has a... Then, of course, we'll have more progress as we go along. People are right now, and... Okay, so that's how they are going to keep trickling in until the 44 is complete, and we'll have more progress as, you know, they come along.
Very well, Angoli. And moving on, Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner Anubum Onuaha has expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the Edo governorship elections so far. He talked about extension of voting in areas where materials did not arrive on time and restated that the votes of the people will count.
Express satisfaction with the conduct of the election so far. All of them voted. Our viewers know. Nobody complained that they were not. I've always told you that I will not do the work of EFCC. But the mandate and vision of the commission is to conduct a free, fair, credible, and all-inclusive election. And to the glory of God, this election has been peaceful. Because without war, and to the best of my knowledge, the security agencies have been hardworking, and nobody has been prevented to vote. When we discussed with them during our ISF meeting, they promised us to be professional. To the best of my knowledge, they have been professional since. So that the vote of Edo people, we can't. Please, we have done our own. Apart from one hitches, more hitches here or there, where the material did not come as a result of the road transport union disappointed us. So I want to say, in general, that we are so satisfied. We are so satisfied. In our part, we are so satisfied. 92% is not A, but you can score us A.
In yet another comprehensive operation, police operatives have conducted synchronized raids on identified black spots, leading to the arrest of 2 key suspects who are members of the PDP, Emotiam Gaspar, 25, and Faraway Isaac, 27, both from Ufunama community of the Southwest local government area of Edo State. A statement by Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi says the suspects connected to a larger network involving one article and a kingpin known as the Boss were apprehended at a cash guest house in Ekboma, where a substantial amount of cash and incriminating items were recovered, including a list of voters' names with corresponding monetary values, a collection of pre-filled ballot papers, and a set of fake identification cards in Edo North. 6 suspects, namely Solomon Abdulrahim, Fatima Yakubu, Yusuf Aminat, 52 years, Salihu Lukman, 54 years, Safiano Seratu, 32 years, were all arrested at the Ibotse Secondary School, Auchi, for engaging in vote buying.
The election, contested by 38 candidates, is largely a race among the incumbent Liberal President, Rani Wickremesinghe, Marxist-leaning lawmaker Anura Kamara, and opposition leader Sajid Premadasa. There are some reports say the result will show whether Sri Lankans approve Wickremesinghe's leadership of a fragile recovery, including restructuring of Sri Lanka's debt under an International Monetary Fund program after it defaulted in 2022. The government announced Thursday that it passed the final hurdle in debt restructuring principle with a private bond holder. Despite a significant improvement in key economic figures, Sri Lanka
Snowfall has caused major disruptions on South Africa's roads on Saturday, with people still stranded at midday after spending the night stuck in 19 months in captivity. Again, Kolom Mohammed has the details.
The major highway linking Johannesburg and the east coast city of Durban was one of the worst affected, several portions closed, with even the day tours impassable. Emergency services worked to reach people in their vehicles to ensure absence of possible frostbite. Blankets and meals have been delivered to some stranded motorists by the government of KwaZulu-Natal province. Trucks have been parked by the side of the road since Friday. Buses. Africa's Border Management Authority said it had closed 3 border posts with the Kingdom of Lesotho as the current condition posed significant danger as food supplies began to run out.
An amazing day in South Africa. Just lovely to see the snow again, although we're freezing our butts.
Elsewhere in New Zealand, a pilot, Philip Mathens, had been released from captivity by rebels in Indonesia's Resi Papua region and is in good force for an Indonesian airline was kidnapped by rebels from the West Papua National Liberation Army insurgent group at Papua's Nduga Airport on 7 February last year. A joint task force of police and military forces rescued the pilot in a village of Nduga district early Saturday, after which he underwent medical and psychological care. Muhammad, NTA News.
The central and southeastern regions of the Kingdom of Morocco are currently experiencing heavy rains and thunderstorms due to the influence of tropical clouds coming from the African tropics. Cities such as Wuzuzang and Zagura have the directorate stated in a warning bulletin with a red alert level that other affected regions will include Smara, Asazak, Tata, Zagura, Wuzag, Tinga, and Erochidia. These regions are expected to witness strong thunderstorms ranging between 50 and 80 millimeters, accompanied by for other regions such as Tudorant, Azilal, Mildelt, and Thugig. These regions will witness thunderstorms ranging between 20 and 50 millimeters with the possibility of hail and strong winds during the same period of time. These forecasts come within the framework of warnings of flash floods and soil erosion, which requires residents to take caution and adhere to safety instructions. The Federal Republic of Nigeria strongly condemns the abominable terrorist attack in Bamako, Mali that took place on Tuesday, 17th of September 2024, targeting a military airport, training center, and other sensitive locations. A statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Eche Abuobe, says the attack that claimed lives and destroyed several military aircraft is yet another stark reminder of the persistent threat posed by extremist groups in the West African sub-region. The statement emphasizes that acts of terrorism, regardless of where they occur, represents a threat to the peace and security of the entire region. Nigeria extends its deepest condolences to the government and people of Mali, particularly to the families of those who lost their lives.
They were responsible for may not receive amnesty if they committed serious crimes under South Sudanese law or the international crimes of genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, or IGAD, says more work still needs to be done.
To expedite the process and also to ensure that it is inclusive, transparent, and participatory as possible in order to pave the way for smooth transition and sustainable peace in South Sudan.
Some members of civil society are welcoming the move by the country's parliament.
These bills are very important for the issues of truth, healing and reconciliation, and also the compensations and reparatory authority. We feel this is a good move by our parliament. And
this is the news on NTA International.
Nigeria's national minimum wage is now 70,000 naira, and it will be reviewed every 3 years. The federal government will commence immediate implementation, and state governments are being encouraged to follow suit. With the presidential CNG initiative, transport costs are coming down. Are you a car owner or a transporter? Visit www.pci.gov.ng to find.
Season of Big Brother Naija is a must follow. Follow every twist and turn with eyes wide open. Because even when the journey begins with chemistry, chaos follows. Strap in for 2 journeys in one house. Big Brother Naija Season 9 premieres Sunday 9. Gold sponsor, Guinness. Black shines brightest.
Thanks for joining us again. President Bola Tinubu has penned heartfelt tribute to the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her birthday. On this beautiful day, as we celebrate your 64th birthday, my heart is full of gratitude and love for the incredible woman you are. Since we began this journey together, you have been my rock, confidante, greatest supporter, and the love of my life, the President said in a statement personally signed by him. The President further said, and I quote, "Every step of the way you have shown unwavering strength, grace, and love to me, our family, and our beloved nation, Nigeria. You are the heart of our wisdom. Your compassion, generosity, and dedication inspire millions of Nigerians and me, especially our young women, who look up to you as their First Lady." End of quote. On your special day, I want to take a moment to tell you how truly blessed I feel to walk this path beside you, a partner to share the triumphs and trials of life, the President maintained. The federal government has taken a significant step towards reducing transportation costs and promoting sustainability by test running the third retrofitted Nigeria Railway Corporation's NRC Sadel Consortium, as the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Alkali, announced that the locomotives will now run on 70% LNG and 30% diesel, which is expected to drastically reduce operational costs. This move aligns with President Bola Tinubu's directive to transit LNG.
After retrofitting the locomotives, we are now going to engage the Sadel to bring wagons. We are going to use wagons for freight in all the segments that we operate. That will further bring down the cost of goods and services because the transportation cost has been reduced. We are operating Lagos Ibadan already.
This is the first locomotive that has been converted in African continent. So it's a great honor to His Excellency the President who had made this possible, because this is part of the Renew Hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. And secondly, Nigerians have enough resources of gas. With this retrofitting, as the Honorable Minister says earlier, the cost of transportation will drop by 70%.
Consequently, cost savings with LNG is a cleaner alternative to diesel, promoting sustainability and reducing carbon emissions, as well as promotion of economic growth through reduced transportation costs, likely leading to lower inflation rates. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has flagged off a nationwide Catch Them Young project and also inaugurated the NAFDAC Consumer Safety Club. Haman Jabani reports that the project is focused on drug abuse education and awareness campaigns in Nigerian schools.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC Catch Them Young program is a comprehensive and coordinated plan that focuses on secondary schools to reduce the prevalence of drug abuse among students. It is aimed at having honest conversation that will help them take informed decisions with regards to illicit drug use and alcohol consumption.
I would like for my school to continue to enlighten students more about drugs, and also to continue to check students' school bag before they enter inside school compound, because some students hide the drugs inside their bag and also in drinks.
Stressed the need for the campaign. She said the Consumer Safety Club is a special public enlightenment strategy targeted at Nigerians' youth in a bid to eradicate fake or substandard regulated products and enthrone a quality culture while employing the use of cutting-edge technology to track counterfeiters. Zones of the country. Hamban Jabani, NTA News.
And as the world commemorates International Day of Peace, nations are reminded of the need to collaborate in strengthening the ideals of peace and security. Comfort Fasheo reports.
Every 21st of September is dedicated to the promotion of peace and harmony by the United Nations. And this is due to the reality that
In today's world, we have to work together no matter what kind of language.
Commemoration coincided with the launch of the United Nations Summit of the Future, which aimed at renewing the efforts around the world to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. The release of the pigeon symbolized the crave for peace and love, and the planting of trees here to commemorate the day, which stands for making peace with Mother Nature, further pointed to the need to create a culture of peace that leads to a better future for humanity. The Bulgarian embassy in Nigeria, along with some other Francophone countries' representatives, organized the event here in Nigeria to commemorate the International Day of Peace. And this year's theme is Let Us Develop a Culture of Peace. Comforts, fashion, NTA News.
The Advanced Peace and Reconciliation Center of Nigeria has raised another body on the Security and Forensic Studies Nigeria to regulate and attain the international best practices on peace and reconciliation, with the theme the role and use of forensic evidence in the control of small arms and light weapons in attaining peace. Director General, Advanced Peace and Reconciliation Center of Nigeria, Okocha Morgan, noticed that despite challenges faced in the area of security, the method of approach will promote or mar the existence of peace. This, he says, is the reason for the collaboration of security stakeholders to enable them to reach peace.
The best approach is handling it in a professional manner. Handling it in a professional manner will help the societies to survive the situation. So it is timing.
One thing is very important. The nation needs peace. Yeah, so we'll try as much as we can to use our influence, to use our knowledge, to promote peace in every aspect of our endeavor in this country.
And now a look at Sunday's weather forecast. And that's the end of the news. Thank you for watching.
Programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, Go TV channel. And to watch NTA International in the USA, Canada and Mexico, use the following satellite parameters. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content. On the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Pyramid Game Show, powered by Fidelity Bank. We keep our words. Connected by Airtel. A reason to imagine.
The Nigerian Navy and Cross River State share a long-standing cordial relationship that has greatly contributed to the security and development in the region. The state is home to several naval key establishments, including Headquarters Eastern Naval Command, Nigerian Navy Ship Victory, Naval War College, Nigeria, and the Nigerian Navy Reference Hospital, Calabar. Welcome to Nigerian Navy in Focus. I am your host, Oluwatoyosi Awotunde. On 9th September 2024, His Excellency Senator Prince Basi Otu, Executive Governor of Cross River State, paid a courtesy visit to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja. This visit marked another milestone in the Nigerian Navy and Cross River State's enduring relationship, as both the CNS and the Governor reaffirmed commitments to continuous support and collaboration. We will bring you highlights from these videos.
To the state and his commitment to strengthening maintaining security along the Cross River's coastline, particularly at the borders with Cameroon, a region often vulnerable to illegal activities. The governor advocated for improved naval presence at the strategic location adjoining boundaries of Cross River.
Very serious naval presence, more than what we have now. But today, what brought us here is actually to discuss on something that concerns the Nigerian constitution, its government, and of course Nigeria as a whole.
He also highlighted the need to protect the sea area at the proposed Bakassi Deep Sea Port, BDSP. The establishment of Bakassi Deep Sea Port is necessary considering the need to decongest Apapa and other ports, in line with Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's quest for emplacement of economic enablers for enhanced national prosperity. As Cross River State continues in development of Bakassi Deep Sea Port, the governor emphasized the importance of increasing the naval presence to secure the proposed vital economic asset.
Some time ago, part of Bakassi was sealed applicable, which, even though today is not a very official thing, because we have unity, stability, and cooperation. We are working the way. Yes, there are areas that are in contention, but not this one. This particular areas are not in contention. We do have issues about oil, which also does not affect us. We're trying to make sure that we secure our oil wells and get our oil wells back. But in order for Nigeria to be able to defend its territory, there's need for the Nigerian Navy to be very, very present.
The state government, he assured the chief, was ready to support the Navy's efforts in many ways necessary to maintain security and promote development in the region.
The Bakassi seaport is something that is almost inevitable if we as a country want to increase our fleet and also increase our maritime activities. We already have bigger spots very congested. What is in that particular?
In his response, Vice Admiral Ogala assured the Governor Otu that Nigerian Navy was fully committed to her constitutional mandate of protecting the entire Nigerian maritime borders and critical infrastructure, and that include Cross River State.
Sir, as you already know that the Nigerian Navy has the statutory responsibility of protecting the nation's sovereignty and the nation's defense of the nation from all forms of threat from the maritime domain. We are ready and ever ready to continue to do that in Cross River State. And as such, in line with your request, we are going to reappraise our operation to see strategic areas where we need to establish FOBs. Although we have strategic naval bases which are victory, but we need forward operating bases, particularly towards the Bakassi area, to be able to reduce time on task for our operations. So your request is exactly what we have been thinking about. This is also in our strategic plan, which is page 1 strategic plan.
Reflecting on his visit to the state in July 2023, the Chief of Naval noted the strategic importance of Cross River State, not just to the Navy, but also to the nation as a whole.
Cross River State is a strategic coastal state. Strategic in the sense that it has one of those things that we require to develop nations a very good network of inland waterways that could fill in the gap when it comes to transportation corridor in that region. We also have
activity along the coastline and to protect national assets like Bakassi Deep Sea Port, BDSP, which will be key in decongesting other ports in the country.
We remain behind you, ready to support you in all, in whatever way we can, knowing fully well that your objective is to improve the welfare of the citizens of Cross River State and by extension, the nation in general. So, in any way we can help, please, your staff should not hesitate to get across to us so that we will do just that.
The CNS seized the opportunity to remind Governor Otu of the certificate of occupancy to the land donated by the state government to the Navy.
I want to use this opportunity also to request the state government to please expedite and taking action for us to be able to get certificate of occupancy for the Nigerian, the land which you have allocated to us at the by good luck, Jonathan bypass. This is to enable us to be able to carry out infrastructure in that area.
Cross River State's significance within the Nigerian Navy's operational structure is evident in the numerous naval installations within its borders, including the Nigerian Navy Reference Hospital in Calabar. These facilities not only contribute to national defense, but also provide crucial service to naval personnel, their families, and even civilians populace in Cross River State.
The continuous collaboration between the Nigerian Navy and Cross River State's government highlights shared commitments to progress and mutual support, ensuring a strong foundation for future engagements and relationship. With that complete, we chart a new course as we examine the successes recorded by Operation Delta Sanity in the period under review.
The Nigerian Navy continues to intend legally refined automotive gas oil (AGO) in Ebonibiri, Bayelsa State. The patrol team uncovered an apartment filled with jerrycans and sacks of illegally refined AGO at the Otugori Community Riverbank in Yenegua, Bayelsa State. The following day, Monday, 2nd of September 2020, 2 more large wooden boats filled with stolen crude oil around the Botokiri axis of Nembe local government area of Biles State. On the same day, NNS Soro intercepted and impounded a wooden boat carrying stolen crude oil in Botokiri Creek, Biles State. The team also discovered and destroyed an illegal refinery site within the Isonogbene general area of Biles State. In a related operation, NNS Soro patrol team apprehended 2 suspects in Obonibiri, Biles State, who were in possession of 2 wooden boats filled with sacks of illegally refined petroleum product. The suspects were handed over to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Meanwhile, on Sunday, 8th of September 2024, NNS Soro deactivated a large illegal refinery site in Isonogbene, Bielsa State, where 15 wooden boats were found loaded with an unspecified quantity of illegally refined AGO. During the operation, a suspect was arrested and handed over to NSCDC operatives in Tebidaba, Bielsa State. On Monday, 9th of September 2024, Forward Operating Base Escravers uncovered and dismantled an illegal refinery site in Tibo Community, Warri, Southwest Delta State. The site housed a wooden boat, 2 ovens, 3 large dog.
The Nigerian Navy remains steadfast in safeguarding our maritime domain against unlawful activities. Their dedication and professionalism stands as a beacon of excellence. Thank you for a job well done. Keep sailing strong. We tie up today's episode of Nigerian Navy in Focus with Lieutenant Love Ntai on the Sailors News.
On the Sailors News this week, Federal Polytechnic IDA seeks Nigerian Navy support for enhanced security and flood management. Nigerian Navy seizes large cache of suspected cannabis sativa in Badagry. Nigerian Navy holds annual intercommand communication and cybersecurity competition. Welcome, I am Lieutenant Love Ntai, and now the news in details. Dr. Yahya Usman, the rector of Federal Polytechnic IDA, has formally requested the Nigerian Navy's assistance in bolstering security measures around the Polytechnic. During a recent meeting with Commander Nelson Oyaga, the commanding officer of Naval Outpost IDA, Dr. Usman emphasized the need for naval support in curbing criminal activities and enforcing a recent ban on the practice of sign-outs among graduates. We received credible human intelligence regarding a storage facility believed to be harboring illegal drugs. The facility, located near 10 Shop, opposite the Iyafin community and adjacent to a mosque, was suspected to contain cannabis sativa. In response, the base quick response team, led by Base Operations Officer Lieutenant Commander Bitrus Zoka, conducted a covert operation in the area. Their search led to the discovery of 30 sacks containing substance suspected to be cannabis sativa. Despite the successful seizure, no suspects were apprehended as they fled upon sighting the patrol team. Following the operation, an extensive search of the surrounding communities yielded no additional illegal products or suspects. Meanwhile, on September 12, 2024, effective communication is crucial for mission success and adapting to new challenges. The event saw participation from 48 personnel across various Navy commands, including Western, Eastern, Central, Naval Training, Naval Doctrine, and Logistics Command. The competition underscored the Navy's commitment to advancing communication and cybersecurity capabilities. A more elaborate story will come in our subsequent edition. And that's our update for this week. Over to you, Toyosi.
Thank you for that update, Lieutenant Antai. With that, we dock Nigerian Navy in focus ship today. Thanks for sailing through with us. Until our next voyage together, keep supporting the Nigerian Navy. I am Oluwateyosi Awutunde. Onward together.
Get that party where they get your back anytime or day. E go carry a matter for head like say na your own. Now so Go TV tanda for your side as your party for correct enjoyment. We not a tear pocket for this Go TV super.
This is the network service of the NTA.
The race to qualify for the biggest football competition in Africa is on, the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. 48 teams in 12 groups, with only the top 2 teams in each group qualifying for the African Cup of Nations in 2025 in Morocco. Don't miss the action, suspense and unrivaled coverage on AfroSport TV and its affiliates partners across Nigeria, starting from September 2024 to November 2024. AfroSport, your freedom of sport.
At Home Options, you're welcome to a world of elegance, where every corner whispers sophistication. Step into our showroom and indulge your senses with our timeless designs and craftsmanship, from plush sofas to magnificent dining tables that host lifetime celebrations. Our collections, the hallmark of luxury. Create your haven with exclusive bedroom selections and turn your sanctuary into a realm of refined tranquility. When it comes to bathroom solutions, our stylish fixtures, lavish tubs and showers are crafted for your well-being, transforming your daily routine into a ritual of indulgence. At Home Options, we provide lifestyle solutions. So, visit our showrooms in Lagos and Port Harcourt, because your space deserves to mirror your impeccable taste. Home Options, live well.
Can you flex your vocals for us?
You will.
It could be one of your songs, by the way.
People fall in love in mysterious ways.
So why did they call you Evil Child?
They called me that when I was in school. That was my nickname then in school.
Any reason in particular why they called you Evil Child?
Yeah, because I was actually one of the brilliant students. Oh, say, mommy! That answer right there. You must be, if it's not this board, problem. That means the people that answer this service, they have body odor. Hey.
We all get that party where they get your back. Any time or day, he go carry a matter for head like say na him own. Now so Go TV tanda for your side as your party for correct enjoyment. We not a tear pocket. For this Go TV Super Plus Golden Window, you fit touchlight all the 380 Premier League games, correct local shows, and better film. We day for you. Make your sharply upgrade or recharge your Go TV on top Super Plus to enjoy every today. The Super Plus Golden Window don't come out money now. No do yourself, oh. Go TV. Love it.
Because I know most times once you guys hear me talk about David, you guys are like, what has he done again? Yeah? Anyway, this time, David just released a brand new song featuring the legend herself, Angelique Kidjo, and the song is titled Joy. Yes, and the amazing thing about the song is that he released it just at the deadline given by the Grammys for official submissions. And this has raised a lot of eyebrow from Nigerians saying, this one that grandma, Davido has decided to release a song during the timeline given to them by the Grammys. Is he hoping to win a Grammy this time? Remember, Davido was nominated in 3 different categories at the last Grammys, which he lost. And some are saying he decided to edge out his competitors by having this amazing collaboration with Angelique Kidjo, who is a multiple-time Grammy award-winning artist. So, if truly this is a Grammy move by David, I think Nigerians are like, we hope it works for David, because it would be really cool to see David win an award. And still talking about music, Fireboy DNL just released a brand new album. It's an album that you wouldn't want to miss for anything, titled Adita Mola. That is Fireboy's real name. And I don't know what does this trend with artists, giving albums their real name. But it's good to know anyways. Congratulations to Fireboy DNL on the release of his brand new album, Adita Mola. The 14-track album features some of the finest when it comes to music, locally and globally. The likes of Lil J, Lagbaja, Shilhuti, DJ Spino, and not forgetting the Grammy-winning John Baptiste as well on this particular project. Talking about the release of the new album, Adita Mola, Fireboy made a shocking revelation, and the Lagos boy in me is like, it cannot be seen on Sunday. Apparently, during the recording of this particular album, a song of the album titled Back and Forth featuring Lagbaja, Fireboy said he did not see the real face or the real identity of Lagbaja. Now, how will you be seated in the same studio recording with Lagbaja and you didn't ask him, bro, please, can I see at least your face or your nose or your eyes?